When reinstalling your power steering lines, there's a couple tips here. I've noticed this when I recently did my rod bearing change. So you want to make sure that the power steering hard lines don't rub against two things here. First of all, this line here that goes to the, what is that? The rack there. You want to make sure this line doesn't rub against this steering rack right here. See that clearance? When you tighten this bolt down, you want to push this up a little bit so it doesn't rub against this part of the steering rack. Also, want to make note when you're tightening the line that goes to the power steering pump. Let me show you here. This line here. This is a 22mm bolt. You want to make sure it doesn't hit this line here. Doesn't hit against this sway bar. So once you tighten it down, push it away from the sway bar so it doesn't rub against this sway bar. And also, you want to pay attention to this part of the power steering line. I noticed this metal portion was rubbing against this oil pan and rubbing the sort of wearing that metal off here. So we want to make sure that this part isn't really touching this part of the oil pan here. I put some silicone right here, you notice right here on it, so just in case it did, it would just touch the silicone and not the actual oil pan. So again, when you tighten it down, make sure this portion doesn't touch against this oil pan. And going to this power steering pump hard line here, make sure it doesn't rub against this sway bar. And last thing is that 19mm bolt back there. See the new picture of it. When you tighten it down, you want to make sure that hard line doesn't really touch against this power steering rack right here. So when you tighten that down, push this up a little bit so it doesn't really touch. You'll get some kind of groaning noises if that happens. So I'm just checking for oil leaks, and I noticed that the other day. I'm gonna go to the car wash after I readjust these bolts and spray everything down. Hopefully I don't have any kind of oil leaks. I've got the 22mm socket on the power steering bolt. So when you tighten this down, make sure you get this line right here. You want to push this up so it doesn't hit against this tie rod. I noticed when you try to tighten down, it tries to, this portion of the hose pushes downward and it touches that tie rod. You don't want that to happen.